What's up, everybody? It's Pouts on Smeargle. Today I got another deck profile coming at you. This is a little bit different of the decks I usually do. If you look at most of the decks on my channel, most of them are either really aggressive, attacky decks or like combo-oriented decks, but still that pack a punch. This deck you're not going to be taking any prizes with. No, it's not Wailord. This is Durant and Bunnelby. Durant was one of those cards in the new set that I saw, and I was like, that might actually be kind of fun. I don't really build decks like this all that often, so I thought I'd try my hand with it, kind of show you what I came up with. We're going to start off this deck with our one and only EX. We're playing one copy of Shaymin just to be able to use setup to draw into our hand to get our pieces. I think one copy is just enough. I don't think you need many more than that. You can cut it out if you really want and go the budget route and just play Octilleries, but I think one copy of Shaymin works just fine in this deck. Then, you know, the main star of the deck, we're going to be playing 4 copies of Durant. If you don't know what this card does, because maybe, you know, you haven't been keeping up with the new set. So, its first attack, Mountain Munch, for grass energy, does 10 damage, and you discard the top card of your opponent's deck. That can be kind of nice. You know, you just start milling cards, but then Scrape Down is really where this card shines. For 2 energy, and if this card has if this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, you discard the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck. So we're going to play a couple different ways to get damage counters onto this Durant, aside from it getting attacked, because it'll probably get one shot. Next, we play 2 copies of Bunnelby. This thing's pretty self-explanatory. You know, with Omega Barrage, you can attack twice, so you can either burrow twice, which discards the top card of your opponent's deck, or you can Rototiller, so you shuffle a card from your discard pile back into your deck. You can do one of each. You know, it's however you want to do things. Bunnelby is our secondary attacker. For support Pokemon, we play a two line of Bronzor Bronzong to be able to accelerate energies. You'll kind of understand why as we go through here. We play a one line Remoraid Octillery, again, to be able to draw support. That's why we're only playing one Shaymin, is because we can also have this guy sitting on the bench and just draw a bunch of cards. Then our last Pokemon we play is 1 copy of Smeargle. You guys know I had to play this card in the deck at some point because, you know, channel mascot and everything. But second coat here is actually really, really nice. So once per turn, before you attack, you may switch a basic energy card attached to your active Pokemon with a different type of basic energy card in your discard pile, which is really, really nice. For our supporters, we play 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, just be able to draw into our pieces. It's pretty thin supporter line, which I'm kind of in favor of. We play 1 copy of Birch, 1 copy of Lysander, just be able to get our opponent stuck into something. It's not to be able to control our knockout, but it's to be able to get them stuck. We play 1 copy of Teammates, because we are probably going to lose a Pokemon. You also could play Ace Trainer in this spot if you feel like, but I think Teammates is a little bit better. We play 1 copy of Judge to be able to control our opponent's hand size. We play 1 copy of Brigette. This deck could very well benefit from an addition of a Delinquent. I'm just not sure where. But I like Brigette in here as well because, you know, you search for all of your basic Pokemon. Because you only play 1 EX, so you just set up everything else that's going on. We do play a very item-heavy deck, so we're going to start off with 4 Versus Seekers because we do play such a low supporter count that Versus Seeker is going to be very, very important. We're not playing any Ultra Ball. Instead, in this deck, we're playing 4 copies of Level Ball. This is to be able to get all those little pieces out. We also play 4 copies of the Elusive Trick Shovel. You look at the top card of either player's deck, you may either discard it or return it to the top. Well, it's time probably going to be discarding it, so just a nice way to speed up that mill process. We also play 4 of the new Puzzle of Time. So if you don't know what this card does, it has 2 effects. So you are, well, 3 technically. First effect is you are allowed to play 2 Puzzles of Time cards at once. So if you played 1 of them, only 1, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and you put them back in any order you want, kind of like a mini Breakthrough Gallade ability. Then if you played 2 cards at once, you put 2 cards from your discard pile back in your hand, which can be very, very nice. You know, recycle your Pokemon, recycle your Trick Shovels, your supporters, whatever. Next, we play 4 copies of Crushing Hammer to start denying our opponent energy. Disruption is very important in a deck like this, so Crushing Hammer is going to be very important. We also play 3 copies of Trainer's Mail to be able to dig for all of these item cards that we want. We play 2 copies of Battle Compressor. This helps us get those one-off supporters into our discard pile. It helps us get some energies in there for Bronzong, things like that. Because we do play the 2 copies of Bronzong and the Octillery. We're playing 2 copies of Floatstone to be able to give those guys free retreats so they don't get stuck in our active when we continue with our game plan. Next, we're playing 2 copies of Enhanced Hammer. Again, energy disruption, very important. The final item card we're playing is 1 copy of Super Rod to be able to get our basic energies, because we do only play a very, very slim number of them, which you'll see here in a bit, back into the deck, and to be able to get our Pokemon back in to continue playing. You'll notice we don't play any Stadium card in this deck. You very well could cut 3 or 4 cards out of here, whichever ones you would choose, and definitely choose to play Team Magma's Secret Base. One that whenever a basic Pokemon comes in, if it's not a Team Magma Pokemon, takes 10 damage. That's a very, very viable option. I just don't happen to have that card, so chose not to play it in here, and instead up the numbers of some of those other item cards to be able to play more of them to make the deck a little more consistent. For our energy count, we're playing 4 copies of Rainbow Energy. This card does 10 damage when you attach it. So you attach it to your Durant, takes 10 damage. You Metal Links onto it, and then you scrape for 4. For our basic energy, we only play 2 copies of Metal Energy and 1 copy of Grass Energy, or Leaf Energy, whichever one you want to call it. This is our basic energy count for the deck. It's pretty simple. It's a pretty slim basic energy count, but you only really need to set up 1 or 2 Durants to go ham and just start milling off all your opponent's cards. So yeah, that's going to be the deck profile. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe as well. That would mean a lot to me. Once again, make sure you follow me on Twitter. My link will also be down in the description, as will be the 60 card list for this deck. So if I went through it a little too fast for you, you don't feel like rewinding back, that list will be down there as well. So thank you guys so very much for coming out. I really do appreciate this. And I got to get up out of here, but this is Pallet Town Smeargle, signing out.